So I was like, what are they wiping with? Man, you cannot bring this. I don't know what is going on today, but yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. My name's Jeanette and thank you for clicking on the video. So today we have part 2 of the culture shocks that I experienced when I was in India. Last time it was kind of one of the first times I was in India, but now I just realized I'm just gonna put it all together because it doesn't matter. Each time I was there, I still experienced culture shocks. You guys loved the first part and you requested me to do another one, so here it is, part 2, no actually that's 4, part 2 of the culture shocks that I experienced when I was in India. And let me tell you, I definitely have enough for part 3, so let me know if you want to see a part 3. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the culture shocks. So number 1 is the fact that a lot of the trash is just being burned outside. This especially shocked me when I was up in the northern part of India, and I remember we were going, it was somewhere around Agra, and we were on our way to the Taj Mahal, and I remember we were just turning into these little streets of these like little houses. Didn't really seem like the most wealthy area, and I just remember they were just little, not little, who am I kidding? Huge piles of trash lined up in front of these houses, like literally in front of your front door. There was just these huge piles of trash, right? So in order to get to your house or to get into your house or out of your house, you would literally have to take a huge step over this trash, because otherwise there was no way to even get in or out of the house. That already was just so strange to see. You know, we don't have this in Europe. There's definitely places where there's a bit more trash than others, but not where there's like piles and piles of trash before your front door. And on top of that, there were just all different kinds of animals that were trying to find food within this pile of trash. So we got cows, we got monkeys, we got, I don't even remember what animals, but like dogs, cats, pigs. See, this is so long ago, I can't even remember, but I just remember there were so many animals just trying to find food in these piles of trash. And on top of that, a lot of them were just burning. Literally, there were like piles of trash burning in front of your house, like burning in front of the entrance. And that shocked me because I had never seen anything like that before. I just also remember on the way, or when we were walking toward the Taj Mahal, or just in general, like the whole area, it just smelled like smoke. And that probably came from all the trash burning everywhere, because everywhere you were looking there was like trash burning, and the air was a bit fuzzy as well. And yeah, I just remember this distinct like burning smell that was in the air. Definitely culture shock number 1, and I don't think that is something I could ever get used to. I mean, I feel bad for these people because obviously they don't have a place to put their trash, and that's why they have to do it like this. So yeah, that was culture shock number 1. So number 2 is that men and women are being separated while being screened at airports or at the mall or any like bigger kind of entrances where you want to go in. Not necessarily at hotels, there it is all the same most of the time, but I noticed it at airports every time, and then some of the malls also had different screening entrances for men and women. It was separated. And that was a shock for me because especially the first time I noticed it was at the airport. And just here it's just everybody just goes together. And I remember I was traveling, this was when I was traveling to the Taj Mahal with my friend, and you know, he was just going in one direction. I just was like, okay, let's just follow him. And he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, thought we need to go through security. And then he was like, yeah, but you cannot go this way. And I'm like, why? It's like, well, men and women are separated, that's normal. And I was like, what? So yeah, that was super strange, having to be separated every time we went through security. I mean, what can I say? There's not a lot to it. It was weird to me, because I'm just so used to everybody just going together. So I just had to go wherever the girls went, he went wherever the guys went, and yeah, that's about all there's to say to this culture shock. I don't know, I just didn't expect that. So yeah, culture shock number 2. So culture shock number 3 was that, see, first time watching the movie in India, to my shame, it wasn't even a Bollywood movie, it was Spider-Man. Yeah. So walking to the theater, again, you're being screened. At least, I'm not sure if your body was screened anymore, but your bags were checked. That's one thing that doesn't happen in Europe or in America, as far as I know. So that was, because we were kind of late for the movie, so it was just kind of fast-paced going, and the guy was like, hey, wait. And I was like, what? And then he said, oh, can I check your bag, ma'am? And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I just had this like little handbag with me, right? So he was going through my bag, and I wasn't sure what he was looking for, right? Because obviously never been to a movie theater, and I didn't know like what you can and cannot bring. And I basically just had this little set of gums, like chewing gums, in my purse. It must have still been in there from like my flight, because I tend to chew gum, you know, while like landing, because, you know, the pressure and all that. And so he was like, ma'am, you cannot bring this into the movie theater. And I just remember thinking, like, what? Because, I mean, I get that you're not supposed to bring like food and drinks, I'm guessing, but chewing gum? I mean, maybe it was because they're like afraid that people like stick it under the seats or something. I mean, it could only be that they are afraid that like the seats are being ruined, or it counts as food and that is why you're not allowed to bring it. But that was like the first weird thing about this experience, right? But yeah, it's okay, it's fine, you know, whatever. And then we watched the movie starts, like, you know, everything's great, and then all of a sudden like the movie just cuts. And I was like, what is going on? Did the movie like break or something? And the lights go on, and I'm confused. And then everyone's like, okay, we got like a 20 to 30 minute break now. And I was so confused, because I mean, I would get it if it was like a Bollywood movie that would be like 3.5 hours long. But this movie was probably like not even 2 hours, I'm guessing, I'm not sure. So yeah, I was like, okay, so we got a break now in this movie? That's something we don't have here. We just watch the whole movie, there are no breaks in between. So that was like strange as well, that now I had to sit in my seat and wait for like 20 minutes until the movie like continues. Literally, like, a lot of people just went out and got snacks and drinks and probably went to the bathroom. Yeah, that was strange as well. And then the third thing about this, wow, this is a very long one, is also that obviously the movie was in English, and all like the curse words were beeped out, and there were like some scenes at like a bar, and in the background you could see like alcohol, and all that was like blurred or covered up, or like censored, or whatever you want to call it. That was so strange also for me, because we don't do this in Europe as well. So yeah, overall, very interesting movie experience for me. Aside from the movie itself, it definitely a little bit of a culture shock. But I mean, you can get used to that. It's not that bad. It's just, it got, you know, it was just a lot of things I didn't expect. Let's put it like that. Coming in at number 4 is that I guess at a certain amount of income, it is normal to have house helpers, which totally shocked me, because that is not necessarily something that we have here. I mean, there are some people that have maybe a cleaning person that comes like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks or 4 weeks, but that is also very rare here. So yeah, it was so strange to me that there's like people who cook and there's people who clean for you or go grocery shopping for you or just basically do anything you want. And then also like having drivers, that was very strange for me. Yeah, I never expected that beforehand. Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange to have people living with you and having people do everything for you. It's definitely nothing that we have here. We're very, very independent, very used to doing everything ourselves, right? We're clean, we cook, we go grocery shopping, we drive ourselves, or we take public transport. But I do have to say, after a while, you get very used to it. Which I'm not sure if that is a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, overall, that was quite the culture shock for me. And coming in at number 5. I love this. I don't know what is going on today, but yeah, coming at number 5, we got the fact that newspaper is being used quite in a very interesting way in India, in ways that I have never experienced in Europe or in the US. So there would be one thing that they, like if you get food, I remember there were like these sandwiches that we got one time, and I remember it was being wrapped in newspaper. It's definitely nothing that you would do here. Here you think, or you're pretty certain, you don't think, you're pretty certain that newspapers are heavily dirty. Because first of all, you got the ink that is probably not very good to digest if it gets into your food. And second of all, who knows where this newspaper has been, right? It's been printed, it's been shipped, it's been like carried by different people. It might have been on the floor a couple times. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the sandwich was great. I enjoyed it. It was very tasty. I've never seen it before, and I know that probably here people would think it's a bit of a hygiene problem to do that. And I think a lot of people would be a bit concerned. So that was one thing. And then another thing I saw was they used newspaper to wipe down windows, which I had never seen before in my life. And I was like, what? I told my friend about it after I came back, and I was like, you know what they did with the newspaper? They were wiping down the windows. And she actually told me that is like a very good way to do it, and that she's heard about it before, that she's done it before, or someone in her family, I'm not quite sure, but she just was familiar with it, which surprised me because I never heard of it or seen it, and apparently very effective. So I mean, the windows did look good. So yeah, I don't know, I was a bit confused when I first saw it. I was like, what are they wiping with? But yeah, so those were two of the things that I was that I was a bit culture shocked about, that they were using newspaper for. But yeah, anyways guys, probably gonna have to cut down this video tremendously. We'll see how that goes, because I feel like I talked a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed my culture shocks. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. Also leave me a comment down below if these culture shocks that I talked about in this video were some of the ones that you already heard from foreigners. Because I remember the last time a lot of you said, oh, these are just like the regular ones a lot of foreigners have. So yeah, let me know if these surprised you this time. That is pretty much it for today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!